So I'm proud of him. I'm not really upset. Even like
Crawford couldn't have an error to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume? No.
And Terence Crawford continue to be great, continue to do you.
When the best boxer of his time reaches old age, what happens? When someone asks the man who used to be in charge of every part a question, cameras and money signs appear. At that live event, Money Mayweather yelled at Terence Crawford and said, "I'm still better." It scared people all over the internet that this wasn't just anger. Floyd Mayweather, the unbeatable king, has finally said something about the boxer that many people think will be the next big thing. Someone who just beat Canelo Alvarez and changed the rules of boxing. But you had to go back a bit to understand why Floyd did what he did. For a long time, Floyd Mayweather could not be stopped. They have a perfect record with 50 wins and no losses. The person whose work turned defense into art, millions of people don't seem important, and history doesn't seem hard.
I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
After that, Terence "Bud" Crawford showed up. He was a soldier made from the same stuff, but for a different time. Crawford didn't want to be well known. His goal was to be very good. And after he beat Canelo Alvarez, everything changed. Crawford was more than just a winner. He turned into a man. It was said that this fighter beat even Floyd when he was at his best.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? That's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Look at this. Canelo fought them both when they were at their best. Floyd taught Canelo a lot when he was young, but Crawford beat him easily in 2024. He did more than just win. He crushed. He made the bigger man look like any other guy.
Crawford had the ability to fight backwards and stay composed, good defense, hands was always up, countering everything that Canelo was throwing at him. He was just a little more active fight. Canelo did hit him to the body, but it was pretty much all Terence Crawford.
I think some of what we saw from Canelo is what he's has to resort to now to fight. Maybe he's dealt with some injuries to where he's not as mobile. It's just the pattern that he's put himself in for the last, 6 to 8 fights. That same pattern is why Bivol was able to get him.
He did not allow Canelo to get inside, man. As soon as Canelo would get into that certain range, you would jab him. We didn't see any lateral moves where he would throw, push off to the side, as we used to see Canelo Alvarez.
Canelo was almost smothering his shot because he couldn't stay at range with him. And Terence Crawford runs off counter combinations. It would be a wider margin if they fought again.
Canelo didn't think twice when asked after the fight who was the better boxer between Mayweather and Crawford. He said that things are getting better for Crawford.
And lastly for me, champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
What he said shocked everyone in the boxing world. It wasn't just a compliment. There was a clear attack on Mayweather's good name. Everything will be different if the person Floyd based some of his story on now says Crawford is the tougher guy.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
a man that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
But how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you were 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
Your prime is in your 20s.
it's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying. Do you?
I mean, don't you? I mean,
want to make himself look like he did something great?
Floyd's whole career was built on perfection. He never lost, was weak, or lost a match. But some people started to wonder if Crawford really could beat Mayweather, and if he was the only boxer who could beat the best of all time.
Crawford couldn't have an era to himself. And if you put Terence Crawford against any opponent on Floyd's resume, who do you have favorite? Terence Crawford or one of Floyd's opponents?
Why does Ron keep mentioning another?
No, I'm asking the question first. Do we got Terence Bud Crawford beating everybody on Floyd's resume?
After that, Floyd began to change. He started to suggest, first in a low voice and then out loud. He started to say things in interviews like, "I still have it and could come back if I wanted to." At first, people who liked Floyd thought he was just being himself. But then news came out that shocked everyone. Floyd Mayweather meant that he wanted to get back into the ring for real, not just for show.
Any chance that you would take a professional bout in the future after Mike, or is that off the table?
Let's own it. Let's own it. It's been talks. It's possible.
Okay, so not totally against that possibility.
No, not at all. Not at all. But we just don't know.
A lot of people talked about Terence Crawford. Floyd had something to say. He had to make it clear that Crawford would never be Money Mayweather, no matter what he does or how many titles he gets or who he beats.
Wild, because like if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight, I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, yeah, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with everyone the whole time. Oh, yes. That makes a difference to...
But Floyd already had someone else on his list before he thought about going up against Crawford. It was Mike Tyson. In April of next year, they will fight against each other in a show.
If you could have fought any fighter, any era, who would you have picked that you would have liked to fight the most?
Floyd Mayweather.
I love it. Why?
Huh?
You want to knock him out?
Well, I would love to fight him. I wish he was my way.
All right, interesting answer.
He's very delusional. He can't listen. If he was anywhere near that realm of Great Ali, he'd be able to take his kids to school by himself. He can't take his kid to school by himself. And he talking about he's great. Greatness is not guarding yourself from the people. Greatness is being accepted by the people. He's a little scared man. He's a very small, scared man.
It's not about records or belts. It's about being proud. Mayweather knows that Tyson doesn't believe in him. He thinks Floyd is cocky and has never been brave enough to do something dangerous. In addition, Tyson said he would show him to everyone.
How do you feel about Floyd, though?
Huh?
How do you feel about Floyd?
Awesome fighter, great fighter. You know, he's a little too into himself. You know, he should be. I was the same way too, but you have to come to reality some way. You have to bring your head down to God. We're nothing to be fucking arrogant. You expect us to be ignorant and arrogant. Look where we came from.
That's why I asked the question earlier about you mentoring fighters, because I feel like Floyd looked at you growing up like every other fighter. And the persona and the lifestyle was like, growing up in the hood, we looked at it like, that's Mike Tyson. We see the cars, the jewelry, the flair. Like you was a movie star. You was a hero.
But let's be honest, Floyd Mayweather versus Mike Tyson is already making the fighting business very unstable. Fans call it a circus show and say it's not a real fight, but just another money fight.
Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is happening. What the f is going on? This is where boxing is in 2025. And listen, I'm not going to complain because I understand the layout of things. We already had Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. We have Jake Paul, Gervonta Tank Davis. This feels like the Temu version of it. And that sounds crazy because we have two of the greatest of all time about to participate in this, but both of them are about 30 years past their sell-by date in an exhibition bout in which their weights will be 60 to 70 to 80 pounds different. If you got on board with Jake and Mike, it was because at least they were going to weigh the same. I don't even know what to think. Someone on Twitter said it perfectly. Either everybody in the world is going to want to watch this or 10,000 people will watch it. Probably both men want a shit ton of money and they're being promised a shit ton of money, but it's happening.
Mike Tyson is 56 years old, so some people say he shouldn't be back in the ring, especially against Floyd, who is still quick, smart, and full of energy. They're also not wrong. It is without a doubt controversial.
It's just shit, isn't it? I mean, like, let's be honest, like, I hate, in a way, and I know people go, oh, you could talk, you fuck. I just hate some things that are happening in boxing. Like, I don't mind if some, you know, like even Jake Paul, I don't mind Jake Paul. I think he's a young guy who's taking boxing seriously. I think he's improving. I think he's doing training camps. But why would you want, how old's Mayweather? 50? You got a, what?
Maybe a little bit.
How old's Floyd Mayweather?
48.
You lot don't even know. You're supposed to be boxing. Yeah, I know, yeah. But all right, 48, 49, whatever. I was going to say, that's old. He's 2 years older than me. Right, what I'm saying is, who wants to watch a 48, 49-year-old Floyd Mayweather fight a 60-year-old Mike Tyson? It's just bullshit. Like, and as much as I love money, I just wouldn't do that. Because I actually, whether you believe me or Pete, you believe me, I love boxing too much. I think it's disgusting. It's just so shit. Like, who wants to watch that? Yet people will watch it, so I understand. But it's just like, I just find it naff.
People didn't like Jake Paul after his fight with Tyson, and they're about to feel the same way about Floyd. But if Floyd wins against Tyson as planned, he has the chance to change the story. That win could be the start of his comeback story, another chance to show how strong he is. And the fight with Terence Crawford that everyone has been waiting for.
That fans will watch for sure is you and Mike Tyson. How's training going, Floyd? Talk to me all about this as you get ready to get back in that boxing ring once again.
Well, not really training right now.
Not yet.
You know, the fight is in 2026. We still, ironing out everything, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be exciting for the people and the fans.
Are you going in there to put Mike down and like, hey, this is not, we're going to have fun, we're going to throw a few punches, like I'm taking this seriously and I'm trying to Mike Tyson?
I don't know. I just want to give the fans what they want to see, excitement. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be an exciting event.
That explains why Floyd's most recent fight hurt so much. Everyone was told to stay alive. Though I still feel better. It was clear that those words were spoken in anger. There was no trust. This was a desperate thing to do. He wasn't there, but he saw the game. Seeing Crawford become the face of the sport. These things are terrible for a man whose image depends on not getting touched. But let's be honest, Crawford has a great track record. He's never been lost in two places at the same time. He's better than everyone else in his league. He has fought against the best in the world and not only beat them, he smashed them. He is one of the few boxers who can easily change spots in the middle of a round.
Somebody that, like, I can bet the house on is Bud.
Who's the most skilled fighter today?
Bud is definitely one of them, for sure. Me and him, we so much alike in our mentality. Like, soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude to turn him away and to try to stop him from doing what he want to do. So, skillful, yes. But this and this, it's different, man.
Floyd once said that Crawford's style made him think of himself. People who play against you need to be gentle, flexible, and able to read them like a book. But let's talk about it. Floyd could never bring himself to finish. The one is Crawford. He doesn't just win. He wrecks.
Is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
Now,
Fans want to know if Crawford will become the next Floyd Mayweather, even though Mayweather doesn't believe in progress. It's rude to ask him that question. There is only getting by. These guys have learned from me. I believe they do this to watch me, he said. How do they get better then?
A lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who's winning this fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
Who will win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd will win that
Yes,
fight.
sir. I love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah, he's a chess master.
Yeah, his IQ in that
The
sense
funny
is
thing
crazy.
about it is Terence has been the only other guy that people can say he always figures it out. You know?
Yeah, that's true. But you gotta have an OG somewhere.
Anybody else? Yeah.
There's an OG
Somebody
somewhere.
gotta pioneer it, right? Yeah, you gotta.
There's an OG you can't out-figure out somewhere. And I just believe Floyd is that OG you can't out.
But Floyd is wrong here. Crawford doesn't want to be like Mayweather. He doesn't want Floyd's fame or money. He needs something more important. He would like to leave a memory. What makes him different is that he's fighting for history instead of the news. Floyd has always picked money. Floyd is involved in a fight he has never been in before. Not important. People like Crawford, Giovanni Davis, and even Jake Paul are getting as much attention from the public as he did. Though I still feel better. Floyd said that he wasn't the only one who was aiming at Crawford. It was a warning to the fans, the media, and the next group of people who are still trying to make things better. He wants people to keep in mind that he is still alive.
You fought both Canelo and Mayweather. You fought them both. Who did you think was better, Canelo or Mayweather? I know that's Canelo was saying it was Crawford better than Mayweather.
I was very impressed with Canelo at 21, but Mayweather was still technically more sound. I think Crawford is better. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. But Mayweather is definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, you know, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Talking of Crawford, do you think he's better than Mayweather after his win over Canelo Alvarez?
No, I don't think nobody is better than Mayweather. No. So,
What do you think he needs to do to eclipse the likes of the greats in Mayweather, Ali? Do you think it's possible?
I'm not saying he is a great fighter. He's great in his own right. But to ask me, is he like better than Mayweather? I don't think no one is better than Floyd Mayweather. Like no one. If we talking about fast process, if we talking about speed, if we talking about punch accuracy, if we talking about punch selection, if we talking about poisonous, God forbid we talking about defense. There's not too many that come close. They can't even carry his jockstrap. Floyd Mayweather's on another level, and we shouldn't forget that since we haven't seen him in the ring in some time.
Some of what he says makes sense to me. People will always think that Floyd Mayweather is one of the best boxers. He has the best ring IQ of anyone I know. His movement and handling on defense are great. He didn't need to be strong to win. He hit you in the head first. If this fight happens, each man will have a very different result. Floyd has nothing to lose. After he beats Crawford, there will never be another him. The person who beat the 4 pounds king after 50 years. If he loses, people will just think he is too old. Crawford, on the other hand, is really in trouble. Some might say that if he wins, he will have beaten a legendary player who is retired. He will lose everything he has worked for on the other side. What's so interesting about this fight is that you need to know more than just hits and albums. It's about being proud. It's about the past. Someone says it's already his when the first man tries to protect his crown.
Where does he rank now, all time? Ending this interview.
Number one, and the only one that he got at top is Floyd. You know what I'm saying? Terence Crawford is this generation guy. You know what I'm saying? Accomplishing all the goals that he accomplished.
Matched up? How do they match up, Floyd and Terence?
Hey, I'm like this, man. It's going to be great because Floyd, he's about his work. He put in work. We've been watching it for decades. You know what I'm saying? Him coming out of retirement to do this fight. that's a win for the whole world boxing. Every generation, from Floyd generation to this generation, didn't get to see the come. That's just like we never get to see Michael Jordan play, right? But we remember when he used to play. Come on.
The irony is this, though. The deaths of Floyd and Crawford are sad, no matter what happens next. And maybe all of them are right. Terence Crawford is the best player right now, but Floyd was the best player ever. You had a Cavaliers hat on when I saw you before the Crawford-Canelo fight. You are putting on a GOAT hat right now. How do you feel? I know it says Muhammad Ali, but does that show how you feel about Bud's work and career? And yes, man, I really do feel that way. Leave. Hey there, buddy. Greatness lasts forever. Give it to him. Give it to him. You should show it to his teachers. I helped, but so did Red, Bernie, Chad, the chef, and other people. It was said by Canelo that he is much better than Mayweather. What do you think about that? Who? Terrible. Of course, we are now done with the video for today. If you liked it, please click the bell, follow, and like the video so you don't miss any more. Leave your thoughts in the box below. Keep an eye out for what comes next.